Hello and welcome. Glad to see
Hello.
you all here. Yay. All right. Welcome to our topic today, the calorie myth, calorie in versus calorie out for weight loss. That's our topic today. So, if those of you who do not know me, my name is Cheryl. I'm a personal trainer of like 24 plus years. I lost track. And I'm on a health journey myself. I have lost 55 pounds, mostly around the middle, menopause weight, that sort of thing. And so every week we come live with some sort of topic. And this topic, obviously, I told you what it was. And I'm going to introduce you to Sandy, and she's going to say what she needs to say.
Hi, Cheryl. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm Sandy, and yes, I've been in the health and wellness for 10 plus years and been on my own health journey. I've lost 19 pounds, 26 inches in 28 days, and I've kept that off. And my goal is to help people live a healthier life and have the freedom to live that life. So we're really happy about this topic. I'm glad you're here. And this is a really good one, because calories in, calories out. Let's talk about this, Cheryl.
Awesome. So I always like to have just something just for us to float by and visually that you can see. So this topic came. We were doing a live one time, and someone commented, "Well, just if you want to lose weight, you just cut back your calories. It's calories in and calories out." And I was just like, dude, like this person does not have a clue really about the human body. And yes, it's like if you want to simplify it, okay, sure, but there's way more to it. And ask anybody, like you can raise your hand if you have tried this and totally failed because it did not work for you, right? So yeah. So it's not always black and white, and that's kind of why we decided to kind of tackle this topic. So, what is a calorie? So, we always talk about them. What is it? So, okay, well, we already introduced ourselves, so I don't need to go back and do that here. Um, so, da da da. So, what is a calorie? So, it's a standard measure for energy. So, that's how our body uses energy. We consume, we use it. Our body rises in temperature, and we exert energy for that, and that's how we burn calories. And so here's our topic: creating a calorie deficit by consuming fewer calories than you burn each day leads to weight loss, while eating more calories than you burn leads to weight gain. Is that true? Let's find out. So if anybody has any comments or wants to know more information, there's a comment box here, but we won't know who you are unless you put your name or allow StreamYard to put your name there. So just as a heads up. All right. So the model, calorie in versus calorie out, is outdated, as I had just said. They just basically, it's simplified, right? Not everybody's the same. Not we don't come from the same background, the same, you know, culture where we eat the same foods. Like there's so many variables in each human body. We're not like carbon copies. So to say it, it's really an outdated version.
Yes, and there's varied calorie processing too. I mean, you talk about your gut health, right? Your metabolism and your food choices, and that all of those things really say about your calories, how you digest your food, and how many calories you actually use, and how many and what gets wasted. And so your gut health is really important too. So
Exactly. So an example would be let's say you have a fibrous food and you eat that. So let's say, I don't know, let's say spinach or kale or something like that. So you eat that, and a lot of times your body's burning the energy to digest it, but not all of it gets digested. So you're actually, even though you let's say it's 100 calories, even though it's 100 calories, you may have only actually used, let's say, 75, and then the rest of it just gets pushed out, right? You know where, but it just gets pushed out. So so just because it says 500 calories doesn't mean you're actually using the like, or 100 calories doesn't mean you're actually using that amount of calories. You may have another example of that as well.
Yeah. Do you want me to go with the nuts?
Sure, sure, sure.
So, okay. So example, okay, so you had 180 calories of nuts, okay, like almonds or something like that, and you have 180 calories of pizza. Now they're both 180 calories, but it's how it's your body absorbs the calories as well, right? The nuts are have a very high fiber, so it takes longer for your body to digest that food, and you actually expend more energy doing that, and you actually feel fuller longer. Where your pizza, you absorbed all the calories, and with the pizza, you want to just go and grab some more, right? Where the nuts, it didn't absorb 20%. So same calories, right? But totally different scenario. So that's just one example of yeah, they're not the same.
Yeah, exactly. So on the list there, food type intake, so processed foods drive higher consumption, leads to about 500 calories on average higher. So like she said, like once you have a piece, then you're not full, even though like, okay, then you're going to have more, but you're going to absorb more of processed foods than you do of the high fiber greens or whatever else that you're having.
Yeah. And this is when we want to talk about the study, right?
Yeah.
That there was a study done. It was by a doctor at the Harvard University in 2019, and he's on obesity, and he did a study for 10 men and 10 women, and they were both given the same amount of calories, similar sugar, sodium, fat, fiber. One group was eating unprocessed food. The other group was eating processed food. The people that were eating the processed food gained weight and ate 500 calories more because of the way your body processed that food. But what they did is and this is a 2-week study, and then what they did is they switched them, the same group, they switched them. So then the one that ate the processed ate the and vice versa. And the same results happened. Those people that ate the processed food also ate 500 more calories because of the way the food was processed. So the way your body processed that food.
Yeah.
So I thought that very interesting study.
Yeah. So, I mean, every time we pick a topic, we learn stuff too. And this study was pretty, interesting. Definitely. So, I think that's pretty cool. And then, so we went over gut health. If you don't have healthy gut biome, it's harder to absorb, and you may not absorb the calories that you consume.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. And it really starts with your gut health for sure, right? Your microbiome in there, and how you process the food. And yeah. And of course, I mean, you got a trillion little things, microbiomes in there, right? So yeah.
And then the last one on this, body's resistance or set point. So this is really interesting, and I've always told my clients this, and then we're just going to go a little deeper. So we all, if you can put your hand up again, if you have been stuck at a weight and for a while, and you're like, what the heck's going on? I'm trying to do, my calories aren't going, or I came to this point and it's staying there. Well, your body likes that point, and that's a set point. So let's say but less calorie, nothing's happening. Your body is resistant to that. So it's not going to change. But there are things that you can do to help that out. And we'll go over that in just a second. Well, maybe more than a second, but we will go over that. So I put this a little bit more in depth about the energy in, so the consumption in and energy out, and things that affect it. So I'll go over the energy in. So things that affect your energy in, appetite. So all the things we talk about, your hormones that regulate appetite and satiety. So ghrelin is one, and I always forget the other one. So ghrelin's a hunger hormone, and the other one, I can't think of it for the life of me. I guess I should be prepared. So that affects the energy and calories absorbed. So this is what we're talking about, the micro nutrient intake, your age, your food prep, energy and health status. So that can affect how the calories are absorbed. Psychological factors. So if you're stressed out, if you have bad sleep, if you feel bad about yourself, or you have bad self-esteem, or whatever site that can affect too. Like I've had anxiety before. That's kind of the same idea. And then you try to eat when you have your body's in anxiety, that's not going to happen, right? So these are some of the things that affect the energy, and then of course the food that you consume. And again, it's influenced by what's available, the energy density, the culture that you're in, all that sort of stuff. So that can affect the energy in or the calories in.
Wow. Yes. And affect energy out, energy burned at rest. So what you burn when you're at rest, if people are different, right? And that's influenced by your body size, of course, your hormonal state. If your hormones aren't balanced, it's all over the place, right? Dieting, history, genetics, your health status, sleep, and age. This all affects your energy out. Also, energy burned through exercise. This is influenced by your ability, your intensity, your duration, frequency, and then of course you've got your hormonal and sleep quality. Two huge things that really affect your weight loss. Now, energy burned by non-exercise is influenced by your health, right? Are you in good health? What is your health like? Energy, your stress levels, cortisol. So if you have high cortisol, it's really can be challenging, right? Your occupation, right? If your occupation is high stress, right? Your leisure and genetics. Energy burned by metabolizing food is influenced by your micronutrient and how food and how processed the food is. Your brain likes foods that are healthy in a natural form. If you're eating processed and you're eating chemicals, which a lot of them are, your body doesn't know what to do with those. It's like, what is this, and how do I process this? And you find when you eat processed, and then you're hungry an hour later, you're hungry again. It's because you're not getting any nutrients in your body, right? So these are really important things when you're looking at your energy disruptors.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's going to go back for 1 sec. Oh yeah, so that was just had to see what I was going to say. All
It's all
right,
good.
so yeah, so I was talking about I think it was the set point. Okay, so a couple of tidbits about like all this stuff that influence your body and your calorie expenditure and intake and expenditure. So you can see there's like the hormones, sleep quality, food quality, all the things that we are here trying to kind of conquer and have a healthier lifestyle. And then these themselves, combined with healthy diet, whatever, these themselves will help you shed the weight off. Now I found with the set point and plateaus, so if you start doing all these correct things, like for those of you in the challenge, you're taking your drops, and maybe you're having your other supplements, maybe for the stress, whether it's the Renew or the Elite, where you're bringing your stress levels down, and you're doing gut health, so you're taking your probiotics and your greens. So the more things that you do like that, you can see that you'll start absorbing the calories you need to. The hormones will start to balance, which ultimately will help in weight loss. So it's not as simple as calorie in, calorie out. So that's kind of why we wanted to do this, because it's not that simple. It's all the things that you've done to your body, especially if you're older. Like, think of all the things that your body's gone through now, and now we're trying to say, okay, we're going to fix all this stuff and then allow our body to lose the weight. So maybe not think of calories per se, but think of how my body can be healthy, so I can process the food that I do consume
Exactly.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Because and in your calorie intake with your sources, right? Your hormones, your brain, how your brain too, energy expenditure, and how it's all conducive to how you manage your food intake. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, like you say, Cheryl,
Yeah.
how this all works, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just as some couple interesting tidbits is when you're looking at calories on, a chart or anything like that, they're not gospel. Okay, they can be off as much as 20 to 30%, and even more so for you know if you're older and your body doesn't process it. So
Yeah.
I think you read something on that too.
Yeah, yeah. Because they don't have to show maybe like so. Say if you're looking at something that's processed, it may say 20 calories when actually, in fact, it might be 50 calories,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's not gospel, and it's not right. So, and it's eating the healthy because you hear people that say, okay, they have this food guide and they think I can't eat all this, I'm full. Yeah, because you're eating real food
Yeah,
that's healthy for you.
yeah, yeah,
Whereas if you're eating, processed food, you can just eat and eat and eat and eat, and you're still not full because your body's going, I need some nutrients, please, 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 right?
yeah,
So, yeah, so it's amazing how that all works.
yeah,
Hi, Russell, how's it going? Yeah, so I mean, it's really interesting, all the different things that are involved in the weight loss, releasing the weight, but also how your general health affects
yeah,
that as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
calorie in, calorie out is just no,
It's
it's too soon,
no, it's
right?
too basic. It's too basic. Like we've just kind of just said, your body doesn't absorb everything that you consume, and these are some of the reasons why. Or they, you know, hormones can fool you, sort of, so to
Mhm.
speak. But anyway,
Yes,
and
yes.
there's more. The more you get into it, the more you're like, holy, holy, oh my goodness, because there's just more and more and more
Mhm.
um, things that you find out that it's not gospel per se. So,
Yes, yes.
but yeah,
So yeah,
I'm just trying to think.
so
Is there anything else that I've missed?
on weight management strategies. Yeah,
Okay,
the
so yeah, so that's pretty like you can go through a couple of them. I mean, we've kind of gone through them anyway, but
Yeah, we talked about lean meats, fruits, vegetables in its pure form, right? Not in a processed form, right?
yeah, yeah,
Regular exercise. We talked about that. To aid and not just weight management, but your general health.
yeah, yeah,
Prioritize your sleep. Oh my gosh, and a schedule. Avoid disruptions. And this is really crucial for weight. I hear people think, I since I started sleeping better, I started releasing more weight. Yeah, because your cortisol is lower, you're resting, your body's rejuvenating as you're sleeping, you're getting healthier,
mm-hmm,
and yeah, so everything all affects everything, right? Right. And then I
yeah,
think we didn't talk about medications. That can be a
all right,
challenge, right?
yeah,
And if you can have take different medication or something like that. So it's just these things are all make a difference, right? You know, and we talked about your stress too. When you're stressed, you're gaining you gain weight. I know it's not fair,
yeah, I know,
but that's the way it
yeah,
is. But we have solutions, right?
yeah,
And
we
we
need
have
it,
yeah, and there's so that you can feel healthy, um, release that weight, and you don't want to find it again. You want to
right,
release it and
yeah,
not have it back, right?
yeah, exactly. No, it does make a difference, and I wish I would have had a visual here. So I'm just
Mhm.
going to close this. So I wish I had a visual. So um, I saw a doctor do this, and it was like so. It was like so eye opening. So he had a bag, and he's put like burgers, and he put fries in this bag, and and it didn't fill up, so we put more and more and more, and finally it's all full, and it's like, I don't know how many calories and carbs and fats, whatever else, and then let's say it's 3,000 calories, and then he had vegetables, and to get to 3,000 calories, he kept having to put it in, and like the bag was overflowing. So, right? So visually you can see that. You're like, oh, okay. So you can have something like small. Here's 1,000-calorie burger, or you can have 1,000 calories in vegetables, right? Or healthy foods, not processed foods.
Right.
And it was just like,
Yeah.
So is a calorie a calorie? Not really.
No, that myth is busted.
Busted. All right. So
yeah. So I hope that this gave you some value, and just opened your eye to a few things, and gave you some information that you didn't know before, because we heard someone say calorie in, calorie out, and we wanted to choose that topic just for this reason.
Yeah, exactly. And doing the right things for your body. And if you're like, I don't even know where to start, well, you know where to start, right here and right here. And we'll give you a hand to get started, to shed and to feel good and sleep better and have less stress and all that stuff. So you know where to go.
Yes, to have eating healthy, proper nutrition, and cellular nutrition supplementation, and sleep, water, moderate exercise. Yeah, we know.
And
so
you can reach us here.
If you have any questions, you can contact us. See what what did you think of our topic today? Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you're watching the recording, thank you for listening or listening to the recording. We appreciate your time with us, and until next time, I hope you loved our topic today.
All right, thanks and take care. Okay. Thanks, Russ.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Bye.
Bye.